And want to shoot yourself too.
Normal cameras are $40,000.
And want to shoot yourself too.
Yeah, there's a shooter in Omaha that's what she was. She had the wired rod. She was everything. She like MMA. She was
College, and I'd like to welcome you here to our newly renovated and brand new building here on our urban campus. This is part of a $25 million expansion. Our commitment to downtown Des Moines with a new facility here with a STEM education center on the west end and this activity center here and conference center. It's exciting. We serve about 5,000 students a year here. I'm very proud to say that this campus was the first majority students of color college and university campus in the state of Iowa pre-COVID. We're down a little bit right now, but we'll come back strong because we've got great faculty and staff. DMACC's proud of its mission. I mean, we have 9 trustees that are volunteers that run for public office every 4 years and spend hundreds of hours a year making sure that we're committed to the areas that they serve throughout our district. And we go from the most urban area in Iowa to as rural as it gets. So we're very committed to making sure that we do well. We have about 75 different countries represented here on our urban campus as we help individuals improve their lives and their families' fortunes. And so we welcome diversity across our college and support it throughout the entire state. Now we have a lot of scholarships, free tutoring for students that come to DMACC because number one, student success is important. Our companies rely on the fact that when students leave us and go to work for them, they've got the technical ability, but also they've got those employability skills, those soft skills that make them a successful employee who will continue to progress. And there's no question about work ethic. Our students work very hard. Many of them have 1 or 2 part-time jobs while they're at DMACC. So we're very proud that they're working hard to improve their own lives. So over the past year, DMACC has realized that we have many of our students that have significant need. So we have already distributed over 300 iPads and laptops to our students in need. Number one, to make sure that they could access the programming at DMACC when we were online. And online will continue to be an important part of our offerings as well as face-to-face. So connectivity is important for our students. And that's what brings us here today. When we heard that the Des Moines Refugee Support was helping dozens of Afghan refugees who came here with very few possessions, but a lot of hope for their futures, we wanted to help. Through our information technology department, today DMACC is donating 50 Chromebooks to Des Moines Refugee Support, and they're behind me right now, the Chromebooks, to distribute to the Afghan refugees who are being resettled in Greater Des Moines. They'll be able to use these computers to connect to their community here and far away, and to connect with potential employers, communicate with each other, and hopefully even apply to DMACC, because we want each of them to come to DMACC so they can move on and to take one of the many very, very good jobs here. And this is not the first time that DMACC has partnered to help the refugee and immigrant community. Another way that we have been doing this through Central Iowa is through a partnership we have with Tyson Foods in Perry, Iowa. Through their Upward Bound or Upward Academy program, DMACC is offering classes both at the DMACC Perry Center and at the Tyson facility. These classes include English language, computer skills, financial literacy, among others. And most of Tyson's employees enroll in these classes have a refugee background. And Tyson understands, as do we, that it's important that everyone improve their skills. A recent article in USA Today pointed out that refugees have a very positive impact on the new communities that they call home. Their resiliency and hard-working entrepreneurial spirit uplifts the new communities as they relocate and strengthens our local economies. And as we know, Iowa needs hard-working, dedicated, skilled workers. Refugees play a vital role in current and future workforce development for the entire state of Iowa, so welcoming and fully supporting these new Iowans is an important investment in the future vitality and prosperity of Iowa, and DMACC is committed to continue to assist. So we pledge our support. We hope that these Chromebooks will be used, and as I mentioned earlier, that many of the refugees coming here will take advantage of the services we have right here at DMACC. So thank you very much. We're very proud to make this gift. And it is now my honor to introduce another very good friend, Angela Conley, the board chair for Polk County, for some brief remarks.
Thank you, President Denson. And what a friend it has been to have President Denson here in our community. He's always been a strong supporter, not only on our refugees, but also just for everything that you do for our community. So thank you very much, and for all the staff at the Area Community College. And thanks for inviting us today. Well, as most of you know, Polk County is proud to be the home of thousands of refugees from multiple countries around the world. It is really no surprise, given the existing infrastructure and organizations already in place here in Polk County, that we're able to welcome these refugee families from Afghanistan. And as you know, Polk County has a long history of serving our refugee community. And I can assure you, it takes public and private effort, such as Des Moines Refugee Support, who I've had some dealings with, to be able to meet all of the needs of who are relocating some of the most difficult periods of their lives. In this case, to escape the war-torn nation of Afghanistan, and so they can call Polk County their new home. We are able to help make this transition as easy as possible, and that's what we want to do. We are grateful for President Denson, to you, and to DMACC for setting an example how other organizations can step up, make a difference for these families, and continue to move here forward the course of the next year and beyond. Obviously, education and your efforts to introduce these families to the workforce in our community are very important. This donation will go a long way in helping them achieve those goals. Now I want to introduce my colleague and the Vice Chair of the Board of Supervisors, Robert Burnell, who's been leading the way on refugee support. Bob?
Thanks, Angela. My speech is fairly short. It's written on a business card, so it won't take long. I did want to mention, Angela mentioned that we have a lot of refugees and immigrants here in the Des Moines Metro. The Des Moines Metro right now, interestingly enough, is the fastest growing foreign-born population in the Midwest right now, between 2010 and 2020, and also the second fastest growing foreign-born population in the United States. So we're doing something right. Now, we are try to be a welcoming community. I hope we are. We strive to be. It probably doesn't always come out that way, but we try to be welcoming. We only settle a few hundred refugees and immigrants every year, but we have thousands move here. So why is that? Well, they're called secondary immigrants, people that move somewhere else and hear about Des Moines, Metro Des Moines, and want to come here and start a life, start to have a family, buy their own home, get a good career, send their kids to good schools, and all the things everyone wants. So the foreign-born population here has been great. And we have a great heritage for that, too, from the Italians and Mexicans that moved here in the 19th century to the Thai Dam and the Southeast Asians that came here in the 70s. We welcomed the Bosnians and Serbians in the 90s, and now the Burmese and Africans and South Asians and Middle Eastern folks, and now our good brothers and sisters from Afghanistan are coming here. All of them contribute to the fabric of the community and have been great benefits to all of us. We have a little bit of an intersection going on here between economic need and moral need. And with respect to Afghanistan, I think we have a moral imperative to welcome our friends from Afghanistan, but also economic. It's a win-win. If we can get our Afghan friends to come here, settle here, and become part of our community, it'll be great for our businesses, great for their businesses, great for their families. So we have a win-win situation going there. So welcome to you all. You might have noticed outside there's, on the flags, there's DMACC's logo and UNI's logo, University of Northern Iowa's logo. You might wonder what that's all about. I consider this a partnership that benefits our refugees and immigrants as well. What's going on there is you can go to DMACC for a couple years, and then you can stay here on the urban campus and earn a 4-year bachelor's degree from UNI here at the urban campus. Now, Rob went around and tried this on with University of Iowa, Iowa State, and Drake. They all passed on it. I'm not going to speculate why, because I don't know. But UNI took up the mantle and ran with it. And so we have this great partnership between DMACC, UNI, Polk County, and others to help a lot of our students here, as Rob said, are refugees and immigrants and people of color, can get the 4-year degree and then move into these businesses that you can see the skyline behind us here, those Fortune 500 companies that are here looking for help, looking for workers, and we're going to be able to supply them right here on the urban campus with 4-year degrees from University of Northern Iowa, a prestigious place. I'd like to thank Rob and DMACC for hosting us today. Also, the Des Moines Refugees Group has done great work. There have been some hiccups here and there, as you well know. We try to be welcoming, but sometimes it doesn't always work. There are folks on the ground that have done really good work, and so we're happy to be partnered with them now to help them accomplish their mission. But also I want to say thank you so much to our Afghan friends that are moving here. Many are going to stay here. Many more will move here. If it's anything like our other refugees and immigrants, it'll be a lot of secondary immigration. So we're going to get, right now we have 1,000 immigrants, Afghans in Iowa, approximately 70% of them are in Metro Des Moines, which is great. We have more to come. And then when you start sending pictures to your friends, your Afghan friends across the country of what you can do here and what you can accomplish here, they're going to start moving here too. And we're going to welcome them with open arms. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for choosing our community, and we're honored to have you. Very, very honored. Now it's my pleasure to introduce my friend and colleague, Matt Mccoy, who has a few words for us further about the matters at hand, and I'm sure he'll be more eloquent than me. So have at it, Matt.
I'll certainly be shorter than you, Bob. I wanted just to come over, Rob, having the urban campus in the center of our downtown in my district. It means so much to us to know that you're providing so many opportunities for people that are so marginalized in so many ways. And we're just so grateful to Rob's vision to continue to invest in this area of town and to continue to invest in this campus. This donation today is just one more amazing piece of outreach that Des Moines Area Community College is participating in, and they're always there no matter what our need is in the community to step up and help meet the needs of the business community and also help meet the needs of people that are otherwise marginalized that wouldn't have opportunities. And so we're grateful for that. And I wanted to come today just to say thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting this. Also, thank you to the refugee groups that volunteer, that are putting together resources under difficult circumstances to try to meet the needs, and just what a heroic effort this has been, both from a public and private standpoint, to try to help individuals that are new to our community. So thank you very much for your efforts. Thanks.
Many projects that DMACC has had in Polk County where the supervisors were not a key component and supporter. So, which is one of the reasons that Iowa is successful. We have Jay Byers here from the Greater Des Moines Partnership. I mean, we work together, and I'm the first native-born Iowan to be president of DMACC, and I'm extremely proud of the partnerships and the friendships that we have that bring us here today. Now I would like to introduce Aaron Bell from Des Moines Refugee Support.
Good morning. First of all, thank you, President Denson, for this incredible gift. It is truly invaluable for these families that are resettling here, and we could not be more grateful. We are from Des Moines Refugee Support, which is a nonprofit organization here in Des Moines, serving the refugee community for the past about 7 years. Our latest main effort has been helping these Afghans resettle here, but we've been doing this for a while with other populations. We are so glad that the Afghans are here. We regret the circumstances, but we are so glad that they are here and part of our community. The community has been incredible. We are overwhelmed by all the support that we've received. Thank you to the county for also supporting our efforts. We could not do it without you. We had a donation drop off a couple weeks ago, and there were cars around the block lined up down Hickman Road to drop things off, and it just really shows how much Polk County and Des Moines wants these people here. So that has been amazing. These computers will literally change their lives, I believe. It will help them learn English. It will help them attend their English classes. It will help them connect with people that they had to leave behind in Afghanistan. And there's just really no way to put into words what that means for these people. So thank you again to everybody here today, and for all of the support that we've received. We appreciate it so much. And now it is my honor to introduce Nabi Mohammadi, an Afghan who has been here for about 9 years, and he is here to speak a little bit on behalf of the Afghans coming to our state right now.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, everyone, for being here. My name is Nabi Mohammadi, and DMACC is where everything started for me, and I hope it is where everything started for the new Afghan refugees as well. And I'm sure this gift will encourage them to come to DMACC and make the DMACC the place for them to start their academic journey. And once again, thank you, Mr. President, for your donation, and our community will appreciate this, and we will make sure. I'm working for the last 2 months. I've been voluntarily helping the new Afghans any way I can, and but recently I linked up with the Des Moines Refugee Support Group and noticed their great job they have been doing for the last couple months since the Afghan arrived, and decided to work with them and help organize things better and make sure we are helping those who are in real need. And we will make sure these computers goes to those who have signed up for a class, for English class or college, and we'll make sure that we are putting a good use for these computers. And I can tell you, I can guarantee that this will help them a lot, because I am with the people, and I hear what they say. And I have heard like people had to drop off their classes because they couldn't join the class with their phone, or so they had to drop it off. And these will help them stay in those classes and help them learn and improve their English, improve their life, and this will help them learn their get the manual, the driver's license manual, and also we did recently, we did translate that to Pashto, and we are working to translate it to Dari, and printed the copies and took it to the hotels, and so they can read and learn that and get them ready for their driving test. So this is these computers are probably the most valuable gift they can get. And I really appreciate all the help and all the support, and I know my company principal is also trying to do the same thing, and I can guarantee we'll make sure that we are donating this to people who actually use it, and we will make sure that we put a good use to these computers. And thank you so much, and I really appreciate all the support we are getting. And I hope that this support continue, because these people, they like when I moved here, I was a translator, so I could speak English a little bit because Army language is different. So, but these people, they were like security guards, Afghan security forces, people who were working shoulder in shoulder with Americans. So the least, as Americans, I'm a proud American now, so the least we can do is make them feel welcome and help them stand, on their own feet. And that's my goal personally. I have quit my my part-time job. I have worked, for 10 years, like 2 jobs. Like for 2 months, I want to do volunteer job, I want to help these people, get them on their feet, and then I can go back to, have my second job. So that's what I kind of want, not everyone, but those who have the resource to do and help these people to start a new life here. And thank you guys so much. I appreciate everything you have been doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Stay up here, let me have questions.
Yes, sir.
Does anybody have any questions? I kept Nabi up here because I figured the questions will come his way, so.
Yeah, I've been closely working with the refugees, directly helping about 15 families, indirectly about 200 people. So if you have any question, want to meet the family, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to take you there, talk to them, and kind of like now I also take my brother, just go and go to the hotel and talk to them and see, they're like, when you hear their stories, it's just different. And sometimes it breaks your heart, and sometimes it gives you the hope, because some of them, like, they are they have a lot of energy. They want to get back to the community. They want to start working. They want to get their license, but we just need to have the resources available to them to basically accomplish what they are trying to accomplish. So that's, and I hope that DMACC, because when I say they don't speak English, so we need to have some beginner classes at DMACC, and also we will make sure that churches help us with this, have some beginner classes so we can sign them up, and now we have computers, we are getting more from principal, so they can attend these classes and make sure that they improve themselves. So that we need to provide them the resources they need in order to, if we want them to be successful. And I always tell them my own story. I moved to this country with nothing. Even I lost, my wife and I, we lost our luggages. But when we came here, 2 weeks after I got here, I came to DMACC. I was still in my friend's house, but we came to DMACC. We met when I had to pick an advisor, so I saw a familiar name, so I picked Hadi Atal. I was like, this guy, he might be somewhere from Middle East, so let's pick him up. And that's where everything is started. So he has been, my wife is still at DMACC, and I graduated from Grandview 6 months ago with my MIS degree. It took me 8 years, but you know what, I did it. So full-time job, I had a full-time job this entire time, a part-time job, and full-time or part-time student. I always tell these people, you can do it, but you just gotta, when you want something, you gotta sacrifice something else, You gotta just prioritize what you want and just go for that. And you have the resources, and if you go after it, you will find those resources. And I tell them with the academic, you can always, if you have any academic goal, reach out to me, and I will make sure you reach that goal. And I really appreciate all the support we have, and Hadi Atal, I want to also mention his name because he has been great to not only the African community who have been settled here in Iowa, and all the community. I have heard great about him and his help he has provided. And thank you, DMACC, for hiring people who kind of understand the culture and the language sometimes, because that helps clarify everything, And I really appreciate everything DMACC has been doing and all the support you guys are providing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nabi, you had mentioned that it's almost impossible for some people to attend class if they don't have a laptop right now. Could you talk a little bit more about that? That
Sure.
there's a community that needs access to laptops to be able to study.
Definitely, yeah. So someone called me the other day. He said his son and himself had to drop their English class because they didn't have a laptop. And I was like, this is the real need, and we need to make sure that we are, the computer we are receiving, we are giving it first, we are prioritizing, we are making sure we are giving it to those people who have already signed up for the class, either English or college classes, and don't have a computer. So that's our goal, and I will be working with the Des Moines Refugee Support Group to make sure this happens. And also then because right now the semester already started. So for the next semester, we'll make sure that we have enough resources. They already, we want to make sure they register for class, and we will make sure to, there is a class for them to register, like beginner classes. And then we will provide those computers to make sure they can attend those classes and access the resources they need to
thank
on
you.
those computers.
Thank you.
One of the big issues as well is while people are still in the hotels, they have Wi-Fi, and as soon as they move to their permanent housing, they do not.
Yes.
If anyone in this room has any ideas about how to get a whole bunch of hotspots, those are also going to be extremely necessary, critical for people to be doing their online classes.
And one thing I kind of work on, like there is a resource for that, but it takes a couple weeks for them to get that phone. The government is providing, but they need to be in their apartment. They need to have a document to show they qualify for that. So that takes some time for them to get it. But if we can get something like, in a week or two that, Wi-Fi for them to connect to and connect these computers to be able to access the resource they need, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Nabi, what brought you to Iowa originally? Why did you come?
Okay, so I just want to make it short. So I used to work with the U.S. Army as a translator for about 5 years. And, well, there are articles out there. You can look it up for more information. But a family from Iowa helped me. Like my friend Dalton Jacobos, who was deployed to Afghanistan, we met while working in that camp, and when I was trying to come to the U.S., I needed someone to help me with the whole process. So I asked him, and he was like, "I would be happy to help you." So we started the process. He put his address, his parents' address, and everything, and that's how I came to Iowa, and I am very happy for that decision because. Iowa. When I was, I don't want to, no, I don't. When I was working I work with 8 different units from different states. So this is my own, but Iowa unit was the nicest unit I worked with.
No surprise there.
So that Iowa nice, that is true. I can confirm that. So, and that was the main reason. Just having a friend here, you want to go somewhere, you have, some sort of support, and having a friend here in Iowa was the main reason for coming to Iowa, and that's probably the best decision I made in my life. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Very
Thank you so
good.
much.
Oh, thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Have a good day. Sorry,